And it's a great pleasure to be here and in front of such a great gathering of parents, and I'm also a father of two sons who is doing 7th grade and 4th grade in New Jersey. So I know the kind of butterflies each and every parent goes through while his or her son or daughter is going to perform something here today. And it's a great pleasure to be here. And school time and school memories are the best memories in anybody's life. Actually, I just want to introduce myself a little bit better because I want to explain more about how I grew up in Sirkali, and it's a great touch because the prayer song started with Ganapatiye Varuvai, which was also sung by our dear Sirkali Govindarajan. And it was a nice touch, and even the horse gift. Imagination is usually linked to horse. I think that's why they selected horse as the gift for the chief guest, because in this field, especially in making movies, it's all about creativity. And I grew up in a small town called Sirkali. Most of the people knew that place because of Sirkali Govindarajan. And I studied there, I finished my studies there, and I studied sometime in Java school too, in Neyveli. And then I moved to Chennai to do MCA. Once I finished my MCA, I moved to US. And as everyone knows, right from my childhood, I used to participate in a lot of cultural activities like this. I used to dance, I used to sing, I used to act in dramas. Right from that childhood, I was always fascinated towards arts. It's also encouraged, And I always, thought, whatever I do in my life, it's better to educate myself towards that. So even when I wanted to be in movies, I thought I just don't want to assist someone and then struggle and stuff like that. I thought, why don't we study towards filmmaking? So that's why once I moved to New York, I studied in New York Film Academy for 4 months and as a crash course, and then I jumped into movies. Why I am telling that is, education always plays a huge role in whatever we do. And schools, that's the best way for us to learn things, right? Because right from my childhood, all my teachers, I always thank them for the kind of things, whatever they taught me. Without their knowledge and the kind of things what they taught, no one will be here, whatever they are doing. For example, you go to any walks of life, be a doctor, be an engineer, be a filmmaker, or be an entrepreneur. Whatever they learned from their school, some of the values, what the teachers have taught them, I'm sure we all used to carry. And I don't know whether, I can address a group of parents about a lot of things, because this is a surprise to me too, because I thought I'm going to address kids, and actually I prepared my speech for kids. And suddenly once I came here, Mrs. Kapagam, who is my good friend, she told me that I'm going to address parents. Anyway, some of the things, whatever I'm going to talk, it's going to be generally about, what education is all about, what schools are all about. And first thing I want to tell all the kids is school time is the best time in your life. You can check with your mom and dads. I'm sure even they will be associate some of their best friends. I'm sure still they will be in touch with their school friends, So I think this is the best time where you can be happy and also you can learn something. So don't ever miss this opportunity of enjoying yourself and also learning something in this time. And another thing which I want to tell parents, tell them to learn as many languages as possible. Because when I grew up in Sirkali, I always thought Tamil is, at that time there used to be a great pride towards Tamil. Even still I am very proud about my language. But I wish I have learned more language, because once you step out of India, the reality hits you. All the other states' students, fortunately, they learn different languages. For example, Hindi, or any language, and when they conversate in their language, there is a sense of connection. And whenever you go out of India, since I live in US, pretty much 6 months there and 6 months here, I can feel not learning Hindi or not learning other languages definitely is a handicap for us. So as a parent, although your kids might not like it, I would definitely recommend you to tell them how important languages are going to be, because that's a great way of communication. Whenever you see someone outside India speaking in their own language, that definitely excites you. So at the same time, nowadays the biggest fashion statement is, my kid doesn't know to learn, write and read in Tamil. That's also not right. We should learn our language too. And also you should definitely concentrate on teaching your kids other languages, because that's going to help them in future. Yamarinda mozhigalile Tamil mozhi pol inigavadengum kaanum. This is what Bharatiyar told. But Bharatiyar, after learning 18 languages, he told that. So definitely there is a merit. Rather than someone saying that Tamil is the best language by knowing only Tamil, he learnt 18 languages. And then he told, that's the best language. And each and every language, he also said Sundara Telugu. So each and every language has its own beauty, own fascination, So definitely as a parent, and that's what I tell my kids too. Since they are living in US, I ask them to learn Spanish. It's always good to learn, and even the scientific research says that as you know more languages, you tend to think a lot better. So that's one thing I want to tell parents as one of your friends. And another thing I want to tell them is, India is our country. We should definitely be patriotic towards our country. But definitely you should encourage your kids to study well and go abroad, either for study or work, at least for 2 years. Because, at least for few years, because once you step out of India, your knowledge expands. As you interact with different culture and different kind of people, you tend to open your brain, and you tend to learn a lot about, pretty much in general, about life, and I think travel is the best way. And living any country, it's not only America, you can go to even Malaysia, or you can even go to Singapore. And especially if they can go for education, nothing like that. Because at one point of time, I used to think that, what, I'm not going anywhere outside India. But once I started working I used to work for Citibank and Polaris, I thought, my first friend who used to sit next to me, and he was just a BA graduate, and he came in a green color TVS 50. I still remember, okay? It takes like 20 minutes for him to start the TVS 50. And when I was so patriotic about all these things, suddenly one fine day he gave the notice to the office, and he said he is going to America. Even at that point of time, I used to ridicule him. Hey, India is my country. I am not even coming out of this country. You go to US. He went to US. After 3 months, he sent a nice photo, actually leaning on your Toyota Camry in a snowy background. At that point of time, I decided, you know what? There is life. We need to know those kind of lives too. So at that point of time, I decided, it's not only materialistic. The kind of things what you get to learn once you step out of India is also amazing. And I think as a parent, as a responsible parent, you should definitely install that thirst. And for example, even for that, I would like to bring Bharatiyar. Yettu thikkum selvir, kalai selvam yavum konandingu serpir. Go to all 8 different directions in the world and try to bring the cultural resources, whatever you learn from there, to our country. So I think that's another thing I want to tell them. And ask your kids to ask questions. Asking questions is never a sign of weakness. Asking questions is a sign of courage. So encourage your kids to ask questions to you, to their teachers, because that's the best way they are going to learn. And ask, even if they fail sometime, it's okay. Because you need to tell them, failure is also not a sign of a bad thing. You need to learn lesson from it. For example, passion and perseverance are the two important things in life to succeed. Anybody. For example, J.K. Rowling, the Harry Potter author, has been rejected 12 times with her first book. And 13th time, her book got published and rest is history. So always tell them when they fail in something, it's okay. Because they need to tell that openly to parents. If you don't give that freedom or courage, they will never open up that to you. So it's okay to fail and ask them to learn lessons from that failure and ask them to improve themselves. That's another thing I want to tell them and tell you guys. And another thing to kids, this is the very important thing I want to tell them. Most of the kids, I'm sure, will not like the way moms treat them because they always tell, study well, eat well, okay? If you see, they always use the term well because she cares for your well-being. At the end of the day, your mom is going to be working with you. In fact, if you are not sleeping and studying, she is going to also not sleep. And although it is irritating now, I am sure you will definitely accept the fact that your mom is the best thing in the world as you grow. So as one of the, parents right now, because dads are usually worried about college fees, what is your next toy you are going to ask, or what is the next gadget you are going to ask. He is usually going to think, even that's important, but mom is the one who is going to spend more time. So just give respect to her, and if you can make your mom happy, at the end of the day, you will be happy, because she is going to always tell only good things, and she is going to care for you. So again, this is a great privilege, thanks to Mrs. Karpagam, because she used to study with me. I have seen her giving great speeches in front of, when we were doing 6th standard, she used to give great speeches, and it's it's a nice twist in my life that I have come here to give a speech in front of her. And it's a great pleasure to be here, and I'm very, very happy to address you all, and I wish all the students here a great success and a great future in their life in whatever they choose to do, be it movies, be it another Apple company, or be it just a 9-to-5 job, whatever they do, I want them to be successful and I want them to be happy. Thanks a lot for inviting me. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking